Hello classmates and tutor, I am going to share self-introductions. My name is Mariana Gisette Solano Andrade. I'm 20 years old. I live in Villavicencio with my parents and my sister, and I am a teacher. Now, I am going to share some questions and answers. First question, what was the conception of material development decades ago? For many decades, the development of material was conceived as a simple production accompanying a wide range of learning resources to illustrate methods. Second question, what does developing material demands for teachers? Give at least 6 demands and explain them. Okay, first demands. Each student has a rate or speed of learning, and they excel in different skills. This should be taken into account for the development of material by teachers. Second, fostering pedagogical actions that allows the groundwork. Science, chemistry, sociology, bio. Third, creations material that promotes pleasant learning settings, thereby fostering motivations, interactions, and long-term learning. 4. Materials are considered effective if they facilitate the learning of a language by increasing learning skills, experiences, and understanding of it, and simultaneously helping learners learn what they want and need to learn. 5. For the development of material requires designers to be reflective, resourceful, and receptive, again with regard to their teaching practice. And 6. Consider that there aren't necessarily incorrect ways to do things, but rather different ways to do them. And finally, the third question. What are the components of creating and adapting didactic learning materials? Here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 components. Now, I am going to listen each one. First, needs assessment. Opinion 2001 asserts that it ought to be the point of departure to make academic decisions, such as syllabus development, instruction strategies, and material selections, as well as assessment and evaluation implementation. Second, setting goals and objectives not only gets a sense of directions of the lesson or course, but also benefits the agents involved in the teaching and learning in their endeavors, both students as teachers. Third, conception content. Alf and Cashin 1992 pinpoint that a syllabus aims at communications to students what the course intends to be, the reason for teaching it, its destinations, and the requirements to pass it. Fourth, selections and developing materials and activities. It's one that embraces making effective and opportune decisions for their benefit. 5. Organization of content and activities. Both content and activities could be structured in 3 distinct fashions, known as a building, from the simplest to the most complex activity, from the general to the specific ones, and from the concrete to the abstract. The recycling provides students with a learning challenge in terms of a new skill area. And these sequences and matrix approaches follows a consistent sequences to be fulfilled within a given period. 6. Evaluations. According to Hegel's 1989, evaluation is a permanent component of course development process that serves, among other purposes, to diagnose specific strengths and weaknesses and assess students' achievement in a course program. And finally, 7. Resources and constraints. Grades 1997 highlights how resourceful teachers can become in the absence of physical or technological resources such as a classroom, books, technology, time, and even furniture. Thank you.